Oh, sorry.
Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Slamburger and French Fries podcast. This is Boris.
Johnny.
Ryan.
Steve on.
And
we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We got all four of us again.
For episode 4.
The quadfecta. It wouldn't be a trifecta. Quadfecta.
We're past episode 4, homie.
Where the hell have I been?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice having Trish, I guess, take our spot, but at the same time, you really messed up that 2-3-4 when you threw her back in there.
Right, exactly. Right. No,
You ruined the gimmick. Our second gimmick is done.
Well, we've got all the boys back together. So
Boys are back in town.
while we got everybody here, we're going to try and cover. There's a big workload. We got the Greatest Royal Rumble, which happened on Friday, and then we also have Raw and Smackdown from last week. So we've got a lot to pack in. We're gonna try and do this in one episode. We'll see how it goes. We are, for this episode, don't know if we'll keep it going after this. We're going to incorporate the buzzer. We're going to do it around the horn style and give each segment a little time limit. And then once we get to the end there, we're going to hear that buzzer. None of us can hear the buzzer, which is going to make it even more fun. But then that'll just be like, hey, wrap it up, and then we'll go on to the next subject. So where do we start? Do we start with Raw and Smackdown, or do we start with...
I want to double check here. You said the Greatest Royal Rumble. I thought we were covering the Guns N' Roses reunion.
No.
I have all these facts here about it. It started in April 1st, 2016, and it's set to end July 24th, 2018.
You were supposed to pass on to him.
You said GRR.
It was not GNRR. It was GRR.
I'm sorry.
Well, it was not this lifetime tour.
In
in case you guys were looking for it, I got these facts.
Did you put a plus between the G and the R?
I might have. I'm sorry.
If you want something right, you got to do it yourself.
I'm sorry.
No, we're talking Greatest Royal Rumble.
Oh, well, I got
Do you
those
think-
two. So
do you think you can switch gears?
Yeah, I can make
okay.
it happen.
All right.
Do you need to go get your notes?
I got other ones.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about Buckethead or Axl Rose and all that stuff. That's out the window. I want to hear about Heath Slater and Rhino, the most important part.
He's got kids.
He does. He has children.
And we do have a special guest, Mr. Ryan's youngest child. So...
She better be quiet.
Yeah, if you hear a little something,
Don't say it like that. Nobody can see your face when you say. He said that with all the love in the world, by the way.
All the love in the world.
through gritted teeth.
She better be quiet. What? All right. So, what do you guys think? Do we cover Raw? Well, we should probably cover Raw and SmackDown because that leads in the Rumble, right?
Yeah, I mean,
makes sense.
I really didn't get a chance to catch a whole lot of Raw or SmackDown.
Okay.
So I'll kind of rely on you guys to give my 2 cents. But what I did catch was Drew McIntyre's very good, passionate promo that he cut with Ziggler. Just really kind of talking about how, he's not, he was there once and he's not going to let that opportunity slip through his hands again.
Right.
He's the wake-up call that they've needed, and he's there kind of just to wreck shop. And I really like the just Ziggler and McIntyre, kind of two guys who were overlooked for a long time.
Getting paired up.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are comparing it to Shawn Michael and Diesel.
I would love to see another,
Just another big guy, medium-sized guy. Both are solid workers. Their tag finish, if they use that, is really cool. And I've heard ramblings that they, at the end of that promo, or what I saw of it, Dolph Ziggler says they don't have to worry about stealing the show now because they are the show.
Right. It's that's a nice little play.
Yeah.
Is that their tag name?
Well, that's the rumor, is they're kind of do that. Or I could see him go in the way of Sheamus and Cesaro, where they never get labeled that, officially, but they'll have merch that says we are the show, but it's always, Ziggler and McIntyre.
But they've got to keep it away from, Show Miz and Jericho and all that.
Yeah.
Well, it almost seems like, though, they go from... we don't set the bar, we are the bar. We don't steal the show, we are the show. It's like, they could have come up with something different.
Yeah, the bar on the show.
Yeah.
Bar show?
That's why they took the bar, put them to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was wondering about that as far as, the tag titles went, but, again, we'll come to that after.
Yeah. But that's kind of my 2 cents on that. I really thought, it was very... I almost have a feeling, the writers really didn't tell him... they gave him bullet points. Because they trust him. Maybe he's one of those ones that you can go back and just trust and give bullet points, and you could see the fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
You could feel it in his voice. It was just a really...
He was ready to go.
A fresh promo, it felt like.
Very passionate.
Yeah.
All right, so Who wants to start us off on Raw? Get that rolling.
I didn't really watch all of Raw myself. I mean, again, I got some bullet points from it.
Okay.
From Mania, how kind of concerned a little bit in how Elias left off with Cena in that aspect.
Yeah.
We're still a couple weeks from it. He defeated Bobby Roode this week on Raw.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's a big win, putting him back up there again. So no worries in that downhill slide then from just a squash match in Mania, pretty much.
Right.
I think it was more of just slide Elias into that slot, let Cena get over on him to slide into that Taker thing. I think it was just kind
and
of.
that's what I was hoping for, but at the same time, it was still like it's Mania, and he got squashed really quick. Kind of
right.
So.
And then didn't Chad Gable
defeated Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
That's a big win.
Which was a nice little upset.
Yeah.
Well, Elias beat Bobby Roode, not Bobby Lashley.
He said Bobby Roode.
I said Bobby Roode.
I thought you said Lashley.
No, Lashley and Strowman.
There's too many Roberts.
Owens and
Get a
Zayn.
playback. I think you said that.
There's too many Roberts. All right. And then let's see. We had some business between Bailey, right? Bailey, Sasha.
That was the 10-woman main event.
Yeah. That was
another women's main event.
Yeah,
that was a big
because they weren't on
They weren't-
GRR.
Yeah.
Well,
which again,
Guns N' Roses. They weren't in.
Shut up.
which was again a big to do about the GRR was the women being left off entirely.
Yeah.
And in Saudi Arabia, apologized for women being included in the video packages. Sorry you had to see that. That's not what everybody was upset about. Everybody was upset that they weren't wrestling on the show at all.
It's so unfortunate.
I understand why people are upset, but also if this is a start of a 10-year deal, like I was reading, they're still not
let it ramp up.
far.
Yeah.
They still have to respect their cultures, just like it might have sounded like people weren't reacting to the matches. Well, because there was a 200-foot gap between the ringside, which was the Saudi royal family, and everybody else.
Yeah.
So there's still some stuff that they have to get through. This is the start of what their 32-year-old Prince is doing to try to bring them
Absolutely.
up to better culture. So I understand why people are upset, but they have to understand that it's not in America.
Yeah.
You still have to follow other cultures that may not be on the same level.
Yeah,
as stuff.
you can't fight to get invited over to somebody's house, show up and be like, you don't have Pepsi, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You have to go with the flow. You're in somebody else's house for the time being. Follow the rules, do what you're told, and then after a while think, hey, maybe this time around you think we can start incorporating this, doing this, adding to it, that kind of thing. To flush this deal down the drain just because of one, and it's not a minor aspect. I'll give you that. The women's matches, the female superstar side of things is nothing to be scoffed at. They've come a long way.
Yeah.
In even just a short time since last year, but they've come a long way nonetheless. To scoff at this whole deal because of that, for right now, seems like a waste. It's this is a foot in the door. Let's roll with that for the time being.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, I understand they love wrestling, but I'm pretty sure they didn't mind getting that time off to sit at home and still get paid.
And that's why I think them. I mean, if they were the main event, like I said, I didn't see all of Raw, but if they are the main event, it's nice that WB. So they're acknowledging the women as much as they could.
Right.
If this was go home to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They would have just left him off entirely.
Yeah.
So they didn't watch him to the side.
Yeah.
Because this was the Raw's last show before the Rumble.
Yeah.
And it was full of women. I mean, they had Natty and
you got to think it was
Rossi
to make up.
again and everything else. I mean,
yeah, and also some people noticed, some people didn't. Sami Zayn was left off the card. Sami Zayn is of Syrian descent, so he had difference of
They showed a lot of tensions.
Yeah. So there's a clash of opinions and thoughts and feelings, that kind of thing. So I think he was given the option, and he took it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah, hopefully he was given the option, and he didn't make that, and I hope he doesn't catch any backlash.
Yeah.
Well,
I think from what I heard, it was only going to be a spot in the Rumble.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't need that.
Let's stick with Raw and Smackdown, and then we'll.
Yeah, you got it. All right.
Tell me how to live my life.
So your face is red like Raw.
I was golfing all day yesterday. Your face is red like a strawberry.
Right. So you don't have any materials ready to go, do you?
All up the top of the dome, man.
Are you? Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess.
There you go.
Since you didn't watch Raw, though, I actually did watch it.
Yeah.
And I was very happy. Like, there were some comedy spots I really liked with Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel. They're lost little puppies now that Miz is gone.
Yeah.
So they first go up to Seth Rollins, and they're like, let's be the new Shield, and pitching their gimmick. And, they put the fist out. And
wearing the shirts, weren't they?
Yeah, they're wearing the shirts. And Rollins was just like, no, that's a hard no.
Right.
Did he give like that Rollins face though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny. And then they're just like, oh man, that's too bad. And later in the show, they go up to Finn Balor. It's like, we're the Black Soul Club or something like that. It's Bo, Dallas, and Axel.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor says no, and it ended up being a tag match with Rollins and Balor versus Bo and Axel. And it was a good, short match, 5-minute match, but it was just a lot of fun. It's good to see that they can still have those comedy, especially with them leading into their Royal Rumble match with Rollins and Balor.
Yeah.
Well, and even, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but even like creative or the people that do giving them Rollins and Balor, two of their top guys, like they could have just threw them by the wayside and let them get lost in nothing, but they gave them that. They let it interact. They gave them that. So hopefully they finally earn their spots. I mean, Axel being a former Intercontinental Champion.
Well, you can hope all day, but at the end of it, I mean, it's all up to the Raw writers. It's like, do you just go, that was a throwaway, or do you actually run with something? And right now, the Raw writers, the current roster writers, seem like it's kind of 50-50 kind of grab on, hey, we're going to run with this, or we don't really need that, so let's pitch it. Which sucks because there's so many. I feel like there's been so many good spots and story plots that they could have run with just off silly little things here. For example, like a lot of stuff that happened on the Rumble, they could run with that going forward.
Yeah,
but they still have a little wiggle room to go, you know what? No, I don't like that idea at all. So I'm hoping beyond hope that they keep some of this stuff going, at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
But who knows?
What is up with your mustache?
It's there.
God,
it's happened.
I don't know how I feel about it, Brandon.
I've made peace with it.
Okay.
It's living rent free on this beautiful face.
Are you going to get it like bushy, like a caterpillar?
Oh, I'm going full bore with it.
Yes. Okay, I'm on board.
Right now,
Borat.
Hey.
Like Borat style, like.
No. This is going to become a fixture. Like this is. I started a job where they said you have to shave the whole face, and I was like, no. But they said there's a caveat. You can, if you want to, grow a mustache, but it can't be.
You can't be like a Fu Man.
Yeah, you can't do a Fu Manchu. You can't do a goatee. You can just do the mustache. I was like, all right, I'm going to grow this out creepy style.
Yeah, you look like you should be called Uncle Awkward Hugs.
There we go. And I'm gonna grow it out to the point where they either offer me more money to shave it off, or they just go, you know what, just grow the rest of it back. And but everybody else too, like all the other dudes, grow the facial hair, go nuts.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There's an end game. There's an end game just right now. It's in that weird like adolescent stage of like.
It's in that weird like you look like you should drive a panel van.
Exactly.
And,
no windows and offer candy.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Okay.
Who's offering candy?
Uncle Awkward Hug over here.
Yeah. And it sucks for the time being, but guess what?
Oh no!
I've got to go.
Like it looks fine. I just wanted the story behind it because I just haven't got the story behind it yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay, moving on.
Wrestling, yay!
Yay!
All right, so the rest of Raw, we already talked about Elias and Bobby Roode. We had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy meet up with the Ascension, which ended up being a nice little slobber knocker back and forth. And that was not part of the tournament.
No.
It was just kind of a nice little exhibition.
It was a warm-up, yeah.
Yeah.